Any of those you'd like me to go over? I forgot what I had signed. Was it like one? Did we do two?
We did two.
Two is definitely one. I think we did one as well, didn't we? No? Oh, okay. I'll go over one regardless. Two, we skipped three, skipped four. Was it like five as well, I think? All right, so let's take a little gander at this. See what we can do with it. It says find the absolute max and min for the interval over that. Okay, so the nice thing is when you're working these, when we do give you eventually the test or quiz, if it's on, being able to be on Schoology, you're gonna probably use Desmos to graph it, agree?
Yep.
But the math way of doing it would be seeing if you could take the derivative. So if I take the derivative of this, I'm going to get f prime is equal to 3x squared minus 2x minus 1. And then when we factor that, when you factor the derivative, it's going to find you the max and min or the points of inflection depending upon, the signs of our sign line. So if I were to factor this just old school way, I'm going to multiply those together, that's going to get me -3. So I need to know I have a positive and negative component. So it'll be a -3 and a +1 that will add up to that -2. And then you might remember factoring by grouping. So that's going to factor a 3 out and an x, leave me an x minus 1. This is going to factor a +1 out. That's going to leave me an x minus 1. So the factored version of our derivative is that. Is that okay so far? You seen this kind of factoring before by grouping? If not, again, you get Desmos, so it's going to be a lot faster for you. And then I'm going to bring it down here. We're not going to worry about this word problem right here for now. So at x equals 1 and x equals -1/3, those are where it's either a max, a min, or a point of inflection. So if we put it on a sign line, this should be pretty easy on a sign line, -1/3 and +1. So pick a value like, say, -10 and plug it in and just verify the signs. So that'll be negative, and that'll be negative, and negative times negative is positive. And then a value that might be good to pick in between, you might want to pick 0. If you plug 0 into that, 0 times 0 is 0. Ooh, oh wait, sorry about that. If I plug 0 in for x, I get negative on this first one, and I get positive here, so this is going to be a negative. And then if I pick a value to the right, so say like 10, plug it in, 10 minus 1 is positive, 30 plus 1 is a positive, so we go from it increasing to decreasing to increasing again over here. So it says find the absolute max and min for this. So this is going to give me a max, and this is going to give me a min. So if I did -1/3 as a max, if I took that and plugged it in, that's going to give me, yikes, I'm going to use a calculator because ain't no way we're doing fractions that big. So I'm going to go 1 divided by 3 to the third power minus, minus 1/2, or excuse me, -1/3. Oh, shoot, that should be negative. Second insert, negative. Enough of this coffee and stuff.
For real.
Minus plus 1/3. Plus 1. So if I did this on a calculator, this is going to be 32 over 27. Okay. Oh, we wanted an interval. We didn't want that. Oh, shoot. So the interval would be negative infinity to 1/3 is increasing from negative 1/3 to 1 is decreasing, and then from 1 to infinity it's increasing again. So that's basically your answer down here. I didn't have to find the actual value. It helps when I read the directions, but when I don't, I'm dumb. Okay, questions about that? Are you okay? Didn't see the Northern Lights last night. Did anyone get to see those last night?
I saw them the night before.
I saw them the night before too, but they said on the news that they were predicting we would see them again, but I didn't see any happiness. And nothing of the night sky being happy. All right, can I clear? Cool. All right. And then number 2. I should do number 2? It says if the total revenue for the widget company is...
2 and 3 was the ones we skipped.
Oh, we skipped them?
Yeah.
We did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, we did, we were supposed to do 2.
Oh, okay.
We skipped 3.
Skip 3? Okay, cool. Thank you. So number 2, if the total revenue of a widget company is R equals that, then the sale of how many units will maximize the revenue. So if you were to graph this, it's basically a upside down parabola. So we're just going to find that value right there. So if you use Desmos or the graphing calculator, it doesn't matter which one. I think Desmos is easier, but I don't have Desmos that fires up on this board by itself. Graph. Whoa. 0.01 minus 0.01. Zoom fit. There we go. Zoom out. Zoom out again. All right, there we go. Second, calculate a maximum. There and there. Enter, enter. So if you sold 1,800 units, you'd get 32,400 in revenue. That's not profit. Revenue is just how much money you make, but you'd have to subtract whatever cost is. So then it says find if you do 1,500 radios. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug 1,500 in for my X's and definitely use a calculator. So just plug that into a calculator. So 36 times 1,500 minus 0.01 times 1,500 squared. So if we did 1,500 units, we're going to come out with $31,500 in revenue. So obviously this is a lesser amount of revenue. If I did 1,800, I'm getting the higher revenue for it. But just kind of one of those things as a business to know. Can we do that? Good so far? Giddy up. Clear? Anyone pay attention? Oh, Stoke was sleeping. Okay. And then you said which ones? 5 and 6?
5 to 6 you can do.
Yes. Alright,
7 weeks.
alright. If the total cost function for a product is this, producing how many units will result in a minimum average cost? Now, the reason why we have a minimum is if I graph this, it's a parabola, it does this. So we're trying to find the vertex of it. And again, the calculator or Desmos will do it nicely for you. 100 plus x squared. Delete, 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 delete. Oops, no, there it goes. Okay. Zoom 0. So calculate a minimum. Go to the left, go to the right. Oh, I could have just done that. So, it's kind of goofy. If I produce 0 units, I'm spending $100. So that's my minimum value, which is kind of goofy. It's like, well, duh, if I make nothing, then it's still gonna cost me something to buy the product that I have to use in order to make it. Alright, and then number 6 you said? Says a firm can produce 1,000 units per month. The total monthly cost is given by that equation, where X is the number of widgets produced. A widget's just some sort of item. If the total revenue is given by that, how many widgets should produce a maximum profit? Find the maximum profit. So we have to realize our profit equation is going to be this, which is revenue minus cost. So my revenue was 250x minus 1 over 100 x squared, and then minus, in parentheses, our cost, which is 300 plus 200 x. And again, I would graph this on the graphing calculator or Desmos. So 250 x minus minus 1/10 x squared minus 300 in parentheses plus 200 x. So if I zoom fit it, it's going to be a parabola. It looks like this. So we're finding the vertex. So it's the maximum left side, right side. So if I produce 250 units, my profit is going to be $5,950. Yay. We like profit. Cool. And that's that. So did you get it all written down, what you needed? Everyone happy? Anyone crying themselves asleep? All right, so we are almost to the point that we will be giving a quiz. Let's see. I think Tuesday would be an okay day for a quiz. Because let's see, I have this, that, cool. All right. All right, so I think you guys could work on this. This one. No, skip that one. Yes, that one. Yes, that one. Yes, that one. I think you could do that one. That one. That one. That so I think you can work on that worksheet, skipping number 2. And what we'll do is we will make sure we go over this on Monday. And then we'll do something on Schoology on Tuesday. Tomorrow we're gonna talk about kind of like making a fictitious budget of a hypothetical person who's in their early 20s who's making a certain amount of money, and try and figure out how we can make a budget work for that person. Says, budget is a way to go. If you can't make a budget work, you're going to be in debt. If you're going to be in debt, it takes a while to climb yourself out of debt, because you definitely have to change your behaviors, or something else has to give where you have to somehow make more money in order to offset your debt. But that's what we got. Good to go? Everyone happy?
Yeah.
Yes. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.